Welcome to the WVU Coliseum for today's gymnastics meet. Now let's meet today's teams. First, the University of Pittsburgh Panthers. A junior from Springfield, Virginia, Haley Breckwald. A junior from Grosse Isle, Michigan, Sophie Bohenick. A junior from Miller's Place, New York, Jordan Cesarini. A freshman from Prince Frederick, Maryland, Sierra Ward. A sophomore from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, Olivia Miller. A senior from Downers Grove, Illinois, Michaela Burton. A senior from Wayne, Illinois, Rachel Dugan. A freshman from Westerville, Ohio, Lauren Beckwith. A senior from Grove City, Pennsylvania, Alicia Patrikas. A freshman from Laverne, California, Emily Lizuski. A freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina, Christina Weiss. A redshirt senior from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Katrina Kroka. A freshman from Little Elm, Texas, Riaya Floyd. A sophomore from Sunbury, Pennsylvania, Kylie Robotten. A senior from Glenmore, Pennsylvania, Devin Herbine. And a sophomore from Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, Caitlin Klein. Pitt is coached by Samantha Snyder, assistant coaches Dave Kazara and Ryan Snyder. Pitt, please proceed to your first competitive event, the uneven bars. Next, the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights. A sophomore from Hillsborough, New Jersey, Abigail Karolewski. A freshman from Marlborough, New Jersey, Jordan Ziden Weber. A freshman from Pearland, Texas, Julia Volpe. A freshman from Waldorf, Maryland, Hannah Joyner. A freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, Lizzie Henshaw. A junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Belle Huang. A senior from Huddersfield, England, Erin McLaughlin. A sophomore from Reading, Pennsylvania, Mia Betancourt. A freshman from Laguna Hills, California, Jordan Duffield. A freshman from Manalapan, New Jersey, Alexis Rogers. A freshman from Southington, Connecticut, Caitlin Bertola. A sophomore from Orlando, Florida, Sage Littlejohn. A freshman from Wellsville, Pennsylvania, Jenna Ferguson. A sophomore from Bedford, Massachusetts, Kiera Doherty Hurwitz. A senior captain from Raytown, Missouri, Caitlin Hall. A junior from Longwood, Florida, Emily Draus. A junior from Olney, Maryland, Tony Williams. And a senior captain from Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey, Shannon Farrell. Rutgers coach is Umi Salim Beasley, assistant coaches Anastasia Halbig and Michael Rosso. Rutgers, please proceed to your first competitive event, the balance beam.
Form a new dynasty. The old one must die next year. I am your highness, please. Address me, your majesty, majesty. I am your highness, please. Address me, your majesty.
Now let's hear it for your West Virginia Mountaineers. A freshman from Hatfield, Pennsylvania, Kayla Yancey. A junior from Sagamore Beach, Massachusetts, Michelle Waldron. A junior from Canton, Michigan, McKenna Lennon. A senior from Woodbridge, Virginia, Chloe Clucci. A sophomore from Windsor, Connecticut, Kendra Combs. A freshman from New Kensington, Pennsylvania, Abby Pearson. A freshman from Fairport, New York, Maya Kraus. A freshman from Ipswich, Massachusetts, Emily Holmes Hackard. A sophomore from the Colony, Texas, Esperanza Abarca. A sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Rachel Hornung. A freshman from Hatfield, Pennsylvania, Kiana Yancey. A senior from Frederick, Maryland, Julia Merwin. A senior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Erica Fontaine. And a senior from York, Pennsylvania, Abby Kaufman. Mountaineers head coach is Jason Butts. Assistant coaches Travis Stoke, Caleb Millick, and Kristen Lang. Or at the conclusion of today's Meet to Win prizes. All proceeds benefit the WVU Cancer Institute.
Control, a body and soul.
Be sure to check out Mr. Twister at the Gold Gate for a balloon animal or Mr. Twister will be here until 3 o'clock.
Make sure to keep your eyes on
All right, ready?
Yep. Hamstrings, forward vaulters, backward vaulters, and vaults from around. Each is given up to a 7.0 value. We must remain motionless on our landing, or we will receive a deduction from our final score.
Welcome to the WVU Coliseum. It's a tri-meet here as the Washington Mountaineers host the Pitt Panthers and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Michael Minnick alongside Carly Galpin. And Carly, we saw this Washington team last weekend perform very well to win a quad here. What do they need to do today to keep that going?
I think they need to just build on what they did last week. They can be pretty comfortable here at home. They've got their fans, their families here to support them. I think they just need to remember those little corrections that they wanted to make from last week and use today to be the day to make them.
Mountaineers come in 32nd in the nation overall, hit 42nd. Rutgers 45th, which should be a pretty competitive meet. Mountaineers have already faced the Panthers this year up in Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. They won 2 Fridays ago, 194-925 to 194-575, so pretty close there. Figured it would be pretty close again today between those two. And then Rutgers, a team much improved under WVU alum Umi Beasley. Her second year, they were the most improved team in the nation last year in her first year.
Wow, yeah, I think this will be a great competition here today. I'm sure Pitt has a fire lit inside of them after being beat by the Mountaineers a few weeks ago, and I'm sure that they're going to bring their A game today, so it should be a good competition.
We'll talk much more about that rivalry as things go on. Mountaineers will begin on vault, Pitt on bars. Rutgers Mountaineers lineup today. Kiana Yancey vaulting first, followed by Julia Merwin, Abby Kaufman, Michelle Waldron, Abby Pearson, and McKenna Lennon. Pitt will begin on bars of Rachel Dugan, Haley Breckwald, Sierra Ward, Christina Weiss, Rihanna Floyd, and Michaela Burton as we see the first vault from Kiana Yancey.
Yeah, that was a solid start for the Mountaineers. She had a really nice finish, not quite a stick, but almost. That's a big vault from Kiana, so that's a great place to start.
Rutgers will begin on beam. Jenna Ferguson, their first competitor, as we see Kiana Yancey's opening vault.
Just a small hop on the landing, but great form in the air and a big vault.
Julia Merwin's already ready to go. So we'll wait the score for Kiana Yancey's vaults. Seeing a 9-8 from the judge on the opposite side.
Solid routine from Pitt on bars so far.
9.75 the score for Kiana Yancey.
All right, good start for the Mountaineers.
So Julia Merwin on deck. Kiana Yancey improving from a 9.725 in the Mountaineers meet last Sunday on the vaults. Had a 9.7 at Pitt the previous meet, so had a bit of a slump, but is starting to trend back in the right direction after 3 straight 9.8s in the middle of February. Julia Merwin.
And just about the same landing from Julia as Kiana. Just a little hop, but both really clean big vaults. Julia has a little bit of a harder landing there since she only does a half twist. But she found it really well with just a tiny little hop.
There's that half twist again. How much is that first vault or a tone setter in terms of the scoring because of what the judge sees on the landing, for instance, to compare that to maybe what we're going to see from Julia on her second vault and her second score?
Well, if you compare those first 2 vaults, you pretty much see the same landing. I'd say Julia was just a little cleaner in the air, so if I were a judge, I would probably boost the score a little bit. It looks like she got a 9.725, so pretty similar. It just depends what the judge is looking for. Kiana might have had a bit more height, but both very similar vaults.
And again, Julia Merwin improving from last week. She had a 9.765 the Mountaineers meet here at the Coliseum, so a boost from her. Abby Kaufman in the 3rd position today. She's pleased with that one as well.
Yeah, nice vault from Abby. That tiny hop, but a nice big clean vault. The Mountaineers are showing consistency in this vault lineup. I'd say Abby will probably score right similar to the other two scores.
Abby Kaufman had a 9.725 last week. Season best of a 9.85. That was against George Washington back on January 31st. And this will be a 9.75 as well for Kaufman. So two 9.75s from Kiana Yancey and Abby Kaufman. A 9.725 from Merwin. To start things for West Virginia, Michelle Waldron will be fourth in the lineup today on the vaults.
Michelle's a really powerful gymnast. We'll see what she can put up here. She's definitely happy with that. She had maybe one little foot moved on her landing, but that was a really solid vault for Michelle.
Lots of smiles for her teammates too. See the Mountaineers wearing their tie-dyed shirts today. We mentioned in the open, it's the Wendy M. Roach Invitational. Mountaineers wearing those tie-dyed shirts to show support for all forms of cancer research.
Yes, the goal is to color the Coliseum today.
Good crowd today for Mountaineers meet. Very vocal group. Figure a lot of Pitt fans made the trip down I-79 as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Routine on bars just finishing up for the Panthers.
And Michelle makes a 9.8.
So great job for Michelle Waldron, the highest Mountaineers score so far on vaults.
Let's see if Abby Pearson can build on that. Another really powerful gymnast. And a huge 1.5 for Abby Pearson. Extra power on that landing made it a little hard to stick, but a huge vault. You can see she has so much distance from the table.
Well, certainly the most verticality we've seen for the Mountaineers on the vault so far from Abby Pearson in that fifth position. Just going back to Waldron, that 9.8, her season best, ties her career high as well on the vault.
Wow, great day for Michelle. There's Abby's vault again. See a little too much power, but while her landing was a little messier than the other gymnasts, her vault was bigger and it was definitely clean, so the judges will have to take that into consideration when comparing her score to the others. I see a 9.8 from one judge.
Yep, on the far
side. So they're definitely giving her credit for that power.
9.775 for Abby Pearson in the fifth position for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Yeah, I don't think the judges can take much in the air. It's all about the landing when it comes to that huge 1.5. She also has a bit of an advantage starting at a 10.0 with the 1.5 over the other girls whose vaults started at 9.95.
So McKenna Lennon, who was put in the Mountaineers vault lineup last week, had a 9.775 here at the Coliseum on Sunday, vaulting for the second time this year.
And another good vault for McKenna. She's 2 for 2 in that vault lineup.
So a clean rotation for the Mountaineers there. Good start on vault.
Yes, definitely. A great place to start.
Turning our attention to the Scarlet Knights and Panthers. Both awaiting their next competitors. On bars for Pitt, it's going to be Riaya Floyd. Rutgers will send their third beam competitor. It'll be Kiara Doherty Hurwitz. Look at McKenna Lennon's vault there. Scores coming up right now for the Mountaineers' sixth and final competitor on this event. And it's a 9.775 as well for Lennon. She matches her vault from last week.
Solid rotation for the Mountaineers.
Also a career high for Lennon. A good dismount there on the bars from Floyd for Pitt. That'll leave the Panthers down to one competitor on bars. It'll be Michaela Burton finishing up.
It looks like the Panthers and the Mountaineers are having a similar showing in their first event. All their scores are around a high 9.7s. So we're off to a pretty close competition already.
This will be a bars routine to watch. Michaela Burton is tops in the Eagle with a 9.845 average. She's won the event in 6 out of the 8 meets that Pitt has been in this year.
Wow.
Kira Doherty-Hurwitz, as I said, on the beam for Rutgers, their third competitor. Mountaineers, by the way, with a 48.85 as their team score on the vaults. Right around their average coming in of 48.875, a little bit lower.
And here's Pitt's last routine on bars. Starts with a huge Maloney into pack.
Nice landing.
Yeah, just a small hop in the landing, but that was a nice clean routine from Pitt.
So we'll await the Panthers' final score from this rotation. Rutgers still with 3 BIM competitors left as you see the scores cycle through. The scoreboard here at the Coliseum. Panthers have been consistent on bars. 3.9775 to lead the way from Dugan, Breckwald, and Ward.
A lot of 9.7s in the Coliseum today.
We talked last week about the judging and how it was stricter than usual, but again, it's the same for everybody. So as long as you can kind of win head to head and get a feel for how it's going to be judged, you can set the tone.
Yeah, it's definitely relative. So as long as everyone is doing their best, then the competition will be fair, and it will definitely be a good close meet today, as we can see from the first rotation.
Yeah, Pitt comes in with a 48.725, so just
very close.
Eighth of a point behind the Mountaineers after one rotation. Still lots of work to do for Rutgers. They only have 3 beam scores in now, a 9.825 posted.
Yeah, beam is a slower moving event than vault and bars for sure. Pretty mount from Bell.
Bell Huang.
Cat leap into a side aerial, and it looked like she was going to connect that to something else, but had a little bobble, so she knew to stop. And a front aerial to a back handspring step out, which she saves. Solid jump connection. Beat jump, split 3/4. And it looks like just the dismount now. Wow, a beautiful round-off double to a stick. That's a challenging dismount.
What makes it so difficult?
You only need to do a 1.5 for it to be enough credit to count for a dismount in college gymnastics, and she does the double, which you don't see a lot in college. It's just harder than it looks to get that last half twist around.
So Huang done on beam. 2 competitors left for Rutgers. We'll see Erin McLaughlin next. Hannah Joyner to finish up. Just to go back to bars, how about Burton, a 9.85 to cap the routine for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a great anchor routine. I'm sure that's just what they were looking for, to get a few more tenths into their bar total.
By the way, next rotation, the Mountaineers will be on bars, the Panthers on beam. Rutgers will move to the floor. We'll see our first scores on floor. Just 3 teams. Then we have a event that's open in each rotation. It was 4 in the first one. Westmount Senior scores again. Michelle Waldron leading the way with a 9.8 on the vault. Rushing his first rotation. Pitt led by Burton's 9.85 on bars. So far, that 9.825 from Doherty Hurwitz is the top scorer for the Scarlet Knights. Wang's score probably will be a little bit below that because of the little bit of stumbles on the beam, although, as you said, her dismount was fantastic.
Right. Yeah, she had a little bit of adversity to work through in that routine, but she managed to get everything in there. She had a connected series, and she stayed on. I believe her score will be a 9.55.
That's exactly what it is.
When you have a routine where there's a few bobbles here and there, that's all your team really wants to see from you, is that you fight till the end and do everything you can to keep every tenth.
Here's Erin McLaughlin.
Wow, a beautiful leap. Fully split, straight legs. Handspring, back layout, step out.
McLaughlin has a 9.95 this year on beam.
This is a solid routine so far. You can tell she's experienced and calm up there. She looked a little bit crooked on her back layout, but managed to not even bobble.
Senior from Huddersfield, England.
Side aerial. She looks very confident and sure of herself up there. And dismount, back handspring, 1.5. Wow, that was a solid routine.
Erin McLaughlin for Rutgers. And that's exactly what you want to see after a bit of a lower score from Huang. McLaughlin steps right back up, gets you back on track.
Right. Yeah, that was a great routine from Rutgers. I expect to see at least a 9.8 on that.
Mentioned the 9.95 for McLaughlin this year. She had a 9.9 last week at home. So has a 9.8 in her bag for this year, also at home. Impressive thing about that 9.95 was it was on the road.
Wow. I mean, I can see that routine earning a 9.95. There's really no technical deductions. It's just up to whether she wobbles or not, really, and sticks the dismount, which she did a great job with today. I see a 9.9 from one judge. Yep, and
trying to spot the one on the other side. They put it up, but I couldn't see it through the beam. 9.875. Score for Erin McLaughlin.
That's a great score.
Best for the Scarlet Knights on beam here in the first rotation. Final instructions for Hannah Joyner before she begins her event. She's been an all-around in every meet for Rutgers this year. The beam's her best, though, averaging a 9.884 this year.
Wow.
Season best of 9.925, and she's done it on 3 different occasions.
Wow, already in the season. That is impressive. Looks like Rutgers has a very strong beam lineup.
It's their best event. They're 31st in the nation with a 48.820 average.
I'm sure it feels good for them to start off on beam. Start off with that lead to give them confidence and keep them going through the rest of the meet. Hannah had a small bobble on her series, but stayed on. Huge leap.
Bars is Pitt's best event. They started there, so again, like you said.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to start on an event where you know that you're strong.
Impressive then that West Virginia on the vault, which is about one of their second or third best events. They were able to get a lead on Pitt, as you'll see Joyner finishing up. Good routine.
Yeah, great routine.
So we'll wait that final score, and then we'll rotate. Mountaineers lineup when we return will be Esperanza Abarca, Kendrick Holmes, Kayla Yancey, Colby Clucci, Kiana Yancey, and Rachel Hornan, as we'll take a second look at Hannah Joyner's dismount.
Wow, that was a beautiful dismount. You don't see any pike in her as she's going in for the landing, which is the hard thing about that side aerial full dismount. A lot of gymnasts have to pike down to get it around.
And we mentioned earlier, this is their best apparatus, the bars, 39th in the nation. They beat that average score of 48.850. They had a 48.925. They've actually passed West Virginia with that final score being put in.
Wow.
Just by a hair. Panthers have a 48.925. West Virginia with a 48.850. We're waiting on the final score from Rutgers to get the beam total. 9.9 being shown on the far side.
And I think a 9.85 on this side.
So it'll be a 9.875 for Hannah Joyner. Nice way to end it for Rutgers. So we'll have the updated team scores for you, as well as the lineups as the 9.875 is shown. When we return, we'll step aside for a minute, be back here from the Coliseum. Stay with us.
I love the coaches, I love the school, the atmosphere was so
welcoming, and it's close to home, so my entire family can kind of come and watch and enjoy the moment with me.
When I came here, I fell in love with the environment and the team and the coaching staff.
It felt like home, and I fell in love, and the team was really welcoming.
I came on a visit, and I just fell in love with the school and the coaches and everything about the team.
When I came to visit, I loved the school and I loved the team when I came to watch a practice, and I felt like I could fit in really well here.
I saw the team come together and really support each other and be there for each other, so I knew I wanted to be here when I saw that happening.
I just loved the gym and the team and everything, and the whole atmosphere just seemed like so much fun.
Everyone here is just so genuinely committed to the program, and everyone's so happy.
I loved the atmosphere. It just felt like home as soon as I walked through the doors. The coaches are amazing, and I felt so comfortable with the team, and it was just an awesome experience. I fell in love with the city.
I love the community and the family feel that it had to it, and the coaches are great, and just a sense of home.
I just fell in love with it, and I felt like it was my home, and the coaches were amazing and probably the best people I've ever met. And my teammates are amazing. Love them.
I chose to be a Mountaineer because as soon as I came on a visit, I just loved the coaches and the team atmosphere, and everyone here just felt like family. And it's a really pretty state, so I really liked it.
Well, obviously it's the best school in the nation, that's why. No, but I just love the family atmosphere here. I had a lot of friends that had been committed here and that were already on the team, and I heard nothing but good things about it. I have a lot of family from around West Virginia too.
Because our coaches are awesome. And I love this place. It was the first second I walked on the campus, it was the best place I've ever been, like Disney World.
I chose to be a Mountaineer because the second I stepped onto campus, I knew that I was going to be not only part of an amazing school, but a family, and that's really important to me.
I chose to become a Mountaineer because I fell in love with the coaches instantly, and I love this program. Hey,
Now, it's time for the Mountaineers to take flight on the uneven bars. On this event, the judges will be watching us to make 10 to 15 moves. We will be swinging, completing suspension, and release skills using both bars. We must change directions at least once and have at least 2 flight skills. Also, extra swings and pauses are noted. Fans, make sure you cheer loudly while we are up there swinging and pay close attention to our dismounts and landings. They're pretty powerful. Let's go, Mountaineers!
Judges, please take control of your events. On the bars for the Mountaineers, Esperanza Lurka, Henry Combs, Taylor Yancey, Chloe Gucci, Kiana Yancey, and Rachel Horton.
Welcome back to the WVU Coliseum, and as advertised, this is a tight one. Rutgers with the lead after one rotation, 49.05. Pitt right behind them, 48.925. West Virginia in third, 48.85. And Carly, we expected this, but this is good for West Virginia to get a test right away, have some pressure on them.
Right. They're actually the highest ranked team here and in third right now. But I think it's a good reminder to them that they can't let down their guard even for a second. And the other two teams did start on really strong events for them.
Yeah, they're best for Pitt and Rutgers, absolutely. That's a great point, Carly. Esperanza Barco on the bars right now for West Virginia to lead off.
And we saw what we almost always see from Esperanza, which is a hit routine, first up in lineup. It's a great way to start up the second rotation.
It'll be Abarca, Combs, Kayla Yancey, Clucci, Kiana Yancey, and Rachel Hornan for West Virginia on bars. Devin Herbine on B right now for Pitt. She'll be followed by Kylie Rabotin, Haley Breckwald, Jordan Cesarini, Olivia Miller, and Michaela Burton. Rutgers beginning on 4 with Shannon Farrell, followed by Jenna Ferguson, Jocelyn Duffio, Tony Williams, Hannah Joyner, and Bella Huang. Replay of Esperanza Abarca there.
What I love about Esperanza's routine is she never misses a handstand. And she has 2 blindfolds in her routine, both finishing right in a handstand on top of the bar.
9.85 for Esperanza Abarca.
Wow, great start.
Kendra Combs will be second for the Mountaineers.
Solid releases for Kendra. And now just to finish with that blind full double tuck dismount. Blind full finishes right on top, and she almost sticks the landing, a tiny hop, but another great routine.
Kendra Combs. Been on bars in every event for West Virginia this year. Chasing a season high of 9.8. She's scored that twice.
Yeah, she's a consistent bar worker for the Mountaineers.
Let's see the final instructions on beam for Kylie Rabotin.
Looks like Pitt had a solid start on beam, opening with a 9.8.
Coming from Herbine. Talked about Pitt's great routine on bars, great rotation. Abarca just tied their best, 9.85.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a good sign for this bar lineup. We've got Kayla Yancey. And she nails that combination that gave her a little bit of trouble last week. The Jaeger into the shoot over.
Dismount from Kayla Yancey.
Yep, solid routine from Kayla. And that was a 9.825 for Kendra on bars.
season high for Kendra Combs, 98.25. Quarter point behind her career high. That's what you want to see this time of year, right? You want to start seeing those career highs pop up more regularly.
Right. You're getting used to getting into the grind of competing, so now it's all about improving week to week.
We'll see Chloe Clucci for the first time today, next for West Virginia. Still waiting the score for Kayla Yancey.
And that was a 9.75 for Kayla.
Above her average of 9.734. Chloe Clucci underway.
Solid kip handstand to start. Hitting a handstand is not as easy as it looks. She catches that Jaeger a little close, but makes it work. Into a nice pack, into a half turn. Now just the dismount for Chloe. Really cranking those giants to get speed for the dismount. And she fights for the stick. I think that might be the first real stick we saw from the Mountaineers all day.
Good start from Chloe Clucci. And a hug for Jason Butts. I'm sure he's an expert on how to get chalk out of garments, right?
Oh, definitely.
Another look at Chloe Clucci's dismounts. As you said, battling for a stick on the landing. Shannon Farrell had a 9.8 to start on 4 for Rutgers. Jenna Ferguson just finished up her routine for the Scarlet Knights.
Here goes Kiana on bars. Toe shoot handstand. Into the Maloney pack. Good start for Kiana. Beautiful handstands from Kiana.
Clucci with the 9.75, by the way.
And that was a powerful routine from Kiana. Very clean.
So that'll leave Rachel Hornan as the 6th and final competitor for West Virginia on bars. Second look at Kiana Yancey's routine.
Huge double layout, a little bit too much power, takes a little hop backwards. Probably about a 10th deduction there, but that's really the only significant deduction I saw in Kiana's routine.
It's been a couple of times today you've mentioned the Mountaineers have been a little bit too excited with their landings and with their finishes.
Yeah, but the judges would rather see you taking a step or hopping because you put too much power into it rather than not enough. And you'll lose less for having too much rather than going too slow. And that was a 9.775 for Kiana.
Matching her performance here last week at the Coliseum. Now Rachel Hornan on bars for the first time this year. She's only competed 3 times on beam this campaign.
Rachel does a kip, and then she switches her hands in her handstand instead of doing a blind change into her Jaeger, which we have not seen yet today. Release gives her no problem, and she does a beautiful shoot over handstand. Finishes with blind half front giant. And a double tuck.
Very happy with that performance is Rachel Hornan.
Yes, they're excited to see Rachel back in that lineup.
Pitt native, Pittsburgh native Rachel Hornan.
Yes, yeah.
So the Mountaineers finish their second rotation. We'll await the score for Hornen and keep an eye on Rutgers and Pitt as we watch the replay of Hornen's routine.
That's a unique combination at the end for Rachel. Yeah, there was another solid stick for sure. But a lot of gymnasts will do a blind full double tuck as their dismount. She does the half into a front giant and then completes the other half into her double tuck dismount.
Routine on the floor wrapping up from Duffield for Rutgers. They'll have 3 competitors left: Tony Williams, Hannah Joyner, and Belle Huang. On beam, it's got their 4th competitor up there, Jordan Cesarini. After a 9.825 for Helly Breckwald. Botten, by the way, had a 9.175, so a bit of pressure in these last couple competitors for Pitt to make sure that's the score that's dropped.
Right. After you have a fall in the lineup, it definitely increases the pressure because you don't want to have to count that fall, so you know that there's really no more room for error.
West Virginia in the clubhouse now with a 48.975 on bars, beating their season average of 48.860 by a hair. 97.825 the team score for the Mountaineers. We'll wait for Rutgers and Pitt to catch up. Again, West Virginia began this rotation in 3rd, Rutgers in 1st, Pitt in 2nd, but very, very close.
Right.
Through 2 rotations on bars, Esperanza Abarca leading off for West Virginia. Michaela Burton finishing for Pitt, leading the way with 9.85s. Kendrick Holmes in 3rd for West Virginia with a 9.825. Lots of gymnasts at 9.775. Now on for Rutgers, we'll get a look at Tony Williams. Back-to-back 9.85s for Rutgers on the floor as they try and build their lead.
Big double tuck from Tony. And a whip half into a front layout. You don't see a whip half too often.
Jason Butts will be joining us momentarily. Get his thoughts halfway through this rotation for West Virginia. Coach, welcome. Let's start there. What are your thoughts through 2 rotations? What have you seen?
There we go. So far it's 6 for 6 on both events, so was happy with vault, and bars was pretty consistent. Not quite where I wanted to be on some of the landings on the dismounts, but score-wise we'll take it, and we just got to keep this rolling.
Esperanza leads off with a 9.85 on bars. What did you see from her in her routine?
You know what? She just is amazing. Meet after meet, it's just great handstand work. Beautiful giant fulls. So it's really just one of those routines from start to finish. The judges love it, and she's a taller athlete, so it just looks great.
Incredibly tight meet through 1 rotation. We'll see what Rutgers and Pitt does here, but what does that do for your team to be in such a tight meet, to have that pressure on them going into the 3rd and 4th rotations?
All these guys are seasoned competitors, and this is good for them to be in a tight meet. And, we have a ton of scoring potential on this event. Beam coming up, as we saw last weekend. And then, of course, floor is a great event for us. But I always kind of like being a little bit of the underdog, or, right there, on the cusp of things. And so I'm excited. We just got to keep it going and be consistent and do our job.
You mentioned the beam, your best score of the season there last week. What did you do last week that was so successful?
We really, we kind of backed off as far as numbers go on the skills, and just focused on kind of mental cues and really more the mental aspect of the event. You know, the gymnastics was there, so we didn't feel like we needed to reinvent the wheel, you know, skill-wise and routine-wise, and it really paid off for them, and just trying to get them to relax a little bit. You know, it's, geez, the beam is a hard event to compete when you're definitely worked up and nervous.
All right, Jason, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
West Virginia coach Jason Bunch joining us here. Fist bump there for Carly Galpin as he puts the headset down. And
gotta send my luck.
That's right. How different is this for you, kind of not being out there with Jason and the team?
Well, it's definitely a little bit more relaxing, but it's still really exciting. I kind of have the same meet day feelings as I used to have, surprisingly.
Catch up on scores here. Rutgers getting ready for their 5th competitor on floor. It'll be Hannah Joyner. Correct myself, it's actually Huang waiting. No, it is Joyner. Joyner is 5th. Get the all clear to go.
And we've got one more routine from Pitt on beam as well.
They'll finish once again with Burton. That worked pretty well on bars at a 9.85.
Joyner opens up with a clean double pike. Finishes that series with a smile on her face before she even landed. She could just tell it was dead on, and it was. And remember that Pitt has already had a fall on beam, so she looks so calm, but she's really under a lot of pressure here. Split jump, sheep jump. The dismount, and it's a stick. Great finish for Pitt on beam.
You can see that smile was cracking through, and then finally she exploded in celebration as her teammates came over.
Yeah, you have to stay focused at your whole routine, but each skill that you finish and nail is just a little bit of weight off of your shoulders.
Burton will anchor 3 rotations for Pitt. She'll also be their anchor on floor. You can see why.
Yes.
Very good gymnast.
Yes, very good, very calm. Even having to follow teammates' falls.
Look at Hannah Joyner's routine in replay. Waiting for her score. So waiting on the final beam score for Pitt. It's going up right now. A 9.9 for Michaela Burton.
Well deserved. That was a solid routine from start to finish.
So, especially big, as you said, because you know you're going to be dropping that 9.175.
Right, replacing a 9.175 with a 9.9 is going to make a huge difference in your team total.
9.85 for Joyner on 4. Now Bella Huang will do her thing. I can tell you that through 2 rotations, Pitt's leading West Virginia by 0.15. Panthers at 97.975, Mountaineers at 97.825. And Rutgers, even without this 4 score, is still in first place halfway through.
Wow. And it's still really tight. It's just the little details that all the teams need to be focusing on, because every little tenth here and there will make a difference. Coach Butts mentioned that he was didn't exactly get the landings he was looking for on bars, and I can see why. Each of those steps on a landing could be another tenth that the Mountaineers would have.
Huang on 4 right now has a 9.875 as the season high. Also has a 9.925 in her career.
So a lot of potential in this routine here. Solid front Rudy, which is the front 1.5 twist.
Excellent routine from the junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Tuscarora High School. So that'll finish the second rotation. Third rotation, we'll see the Mountaineers on beam, the Panthers on floor, and the Scarlet Knights on vault. And once again, it's a tight team race. We'll be back with the scores after 2 rotations and the third rotation in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Okay, Jasmine, Ariel, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, the girl from the left. Lilo and Stitch, that's not a princess. Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Belle, Snow White, Moana, Jasmine. I don't watch this.
Even though we are concentrating, we love to get your score while we're on.
Mentioned it with Jason Butts in our interview. Mountaineers coming off a season high on the beam last week, a 49.175. Their average of 38.72 is 30th in the nation. That's their weakest event by average, but they'll have confidence after that performance last week.
Yeah, that definitely makes it easier going into this week, following a season high and being at home. And the Mountaineers and all the teams really need to pay attention to the small details, like little bobbles here, landings, because this meet is going to come down to tenths.
McKenna Lennon's been in the Mountaineers beam lineup in every meet this year. Season best of a 9.8, trying to improve after a 9.5 here last Sunday.
McKenna starts with a front aerial into a back handspring, so a triple series there. And last week, she was a little shaky on that, so we're off to a much better start today. Solid leap series from McKenna. And the full turn. Front full dismount to a stick. No questions about it. That is the kind of routine that the Mountaineers want on this beam rotation.
See how much Caitlin Millick enjoyed that. Big hug.
Yes, that's an exciting way to start off a rotation.
That's what the Mountaineers did on bars too. Their best score coming from Esperanza Barker in that leadoff spot, 9.85. Now we look at McKenna Lennon's routine to lead off for the Mountaineers on beam.
You can just see the happiness in her face. She knows that she nailed that routine and she stuck that landing. And next we have Abby Kaufman, a very consistent beam worker for the Mountaineers. Abby's fun to watch. She looks so confident and she'll just smile the whole time.
The Mountaineers' most experienced gymnast this year in terms of points, in terms of meets competed in.
Yeah, Abby can contribute on every event.
A 9.8 being shown on both sides. So a 9.8 to lead out for McKenna Lennon. Very good. That's her season best, tying her first meet of the year against Penn State.
Great way to start. Hopefully the Mountaineers can keep the 9.8s going. I know every gymnast in the lineup is capable of scoring at least a 9.8. It just comes down to them being able to stay calm and avoid those little wobbles that sometimes come out in competition.
Abby Kaufman had a 9.8 here last week on beam. 9.825, her season best. She's done that twice.
And a solid start from Abby. So front toss and her series completed without a bobble, and there's that smile from Abby. And she's keeping it going from start to finish. The dismount now, and a stick. The Mountaineers are on fire right now on beam. Haven't seen a bobble yet. This is the energy that they need to get them back up, get them into that lead for this meet.
You heard Jason Butts say that he kind of likes being in the weeds a little bit and being a little bit behind, and then boom, winning it on the floor.
Yeah, it makes the meet exciting, and it definitely keeps the girls motivated.
Another look at Abby Kaufman's routine. Dismount there. Catching you up on other scores. Devin Herbine with a 9.85 to lead off on 4 for Pitt. Rutgers got a 9.8 vault from Tony Williams, tying Michelle Waldron for the best we've seen so far today.
And that's a 9.8 for Abby on beam.
So 2 9.8s to start off for West Virginia. Kaufman matching her score from last week here at the Coliseum with the 9.8s. Abby Pearson will go third. 9.75s the last 3 meets for Pearson on the beam.
Standing front tuck right into a back handspring this week. We have not seen that yet. The standing front tuck alone is challenging enough, and connecting it right into another skill just shows how great of a beam worker Abby is.
Mentioned the 3 straight 9.75s is the change of the routine just to kind of get out of that a little bit and start raising that score again when you change things up a little bit.
Right, yeah, that could be it. It looks like she took out her old series. She did back handspring step out, back layout 2 foot. Wow, another nailed routine for the Mountaineers. But in previous meets, you saw Abby do back handspring step out, back layout 2 foot. And she did not do a connection out of her front tuck, but it looks like this week she took out the handspring layout and just did the front tuck back handspring, which allows less room for error, less wobbles, so that could really help her score there. Not to mention that was a wobbleless routine, so I think this will be a big score for Abby.
Judge on the far side is ready. Judge on the near side still considering things. So 9.75 on this side. So they're changing it now. Going to be a 9.9 and a 9.85, so a 9.875.
Yeah, that's great. I thought a 9.75 sounded a little low. Yeah, 9.875 for Abby. That's amazing.
Just short of her season high of a 9.9. Mountaineers, for the second straight week, looking very good on beam.
Yeah.
Rachel Hornet, next up for the Mountaineers.
Rachel starts off with that tricky full turn.
Hornet did not compete in last Sunday's meet, but did have a 9.85 at Pitt back on February 21st.
And she nails her series. Front aerial into a one-arm back handspring step out. dismount for Rachel. This is exciting. You can tell the girls are just getting pumped up, and one routine is building off of the past, and this is what they need right now.
And the Mountaineers began this rotation in third, a tight third, but a third. Rutgers has finished up their rotation on vault. Caitlin Hall vaulting sixth for them, had a 9.825. That's the best score on vault today.
Yeah, strong performance for Rutgers on vault. I'd say we'll see another 9.8 at least for Rachel here on beam. We'll see what the judges think.
Rutgers with a 48.9 as a team score on vault, 10th of a point higher than their season average. It'll be a 9.85 for Hornan.
Wow, yep. It's great scores for the Mountaineers on beam.
So 3 straight competitions that Hornan has posted a 9.85. I mentioned the 49.175 for West Virginia the last time they were here at the Coliseum on beam. They're certainly chasing that down with Combs and Abarca still to come.
Right.
Kendra Combs is ready to roll. Combs coming off a season best and career best of a 9.875 here a week ago.
Front aerial into a front walkover, into a back tuck. Well, that was a tricky series, but she nailed it. Tiny bobble on the full turn. And a solid switch side. This is a great routine for Kendra so far. I think just the dismount for Kendra. Front full, tiny hop, but a great routine. Another one.
High fives all around from Kendra Combs.
That was a really unique series for Kendra. I had not seen that before. I think that might be new for her in competition.
Did it well.
Yes, definitely.
This is Alicia Patricus on 4 for Pitts. Score on the way for Kendra Combs. It's a 9.825.
Another 9.8. And let's see what Esperanza can do.
Esperanza Barca coming off a 9.85 on bars, her first action of the afternoon. She's ready to go on beam.
All smiles from Esperanza. When you're following 5 gymnasts who have all hit routines, it's kind of a relief to be in that 6th spot. Of course, you still want to do your best, but you know that you can only build from here.
Barca won this event last Sunday with a 9.9. Career high, season high.
She did a side aerial and a side summy. She can connect those 2 skills, but she did not today. So she'll be doing her other series. That can spring back layout, step out. She would prefer to connect the first series just to avoid any possible extra deductions or wobbles on the second series, but it looked like she did both today with no bobbles, no big deductions. Round off 1.5 stick.
Once again, an excellent beam rotation for West Virginia.
Yes, that was a great way to end a great rotation. That's what the Mountaineers need.
Finish up with Michaela Burton on 4 for Pitt. Before that, another look at Abarca and her dismount.
So that was 5 out of 6 solid stuck dismounts on beam. I'm sure that's what coach is looking for.
Olivia Miller has posted the best score on floor so far for Pitt with a 9-9, matching Belle Huang from Rutgers with that score. Panthers also got a 9.875 from Jordan Cesarini.
So some big scores today on floor.
That bodes well for West Virginia in that 4th rotation.
Right, I'm excited to see what they'll do.
Panthers flooding Michaela Burton, whose day is done. What a day it was for her.
Yes.
A 9.85 on bars, a 9.9 on beam, and now we await her floor score.
Yeah, 3 great performances from her.
Pitt hoping they can take the lead back from Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights are done with a 147.25. Panthers still winning that final score, right behind them at 147.225. Work to do for West Virginia, but they're right there too at 146.975 in 3rd place.
Luckily, they're ending on a very strong event for them, floor, so hopefully they can make up those last few tenths on floor.
9.875, the score for Abarca, so we'll see how that affects the Mountaineers total.
9.875, that should improve them a little bit.
So, the all-important team scores for the 3 rotations will be coming up in just a minute. We'll take a break, step aside, bring you the 4th and final rotation here from the Coliseum.
It could be a great day. They could maybe earn some 9.95s, which would just be really exciting.
Yeah, both teams have a 9.9 on 4. Belle Huang for Rutgers, Olivia Miller for Pitt. A couple 9.875s, several 9.85s. So
yeah, tons of big scores.
Bodes well for West Virginia. As I said, Lennon will lead off for the Mountaineers. Her season best on 4. A 9.875 that came back here on January 26th, coming off a 9.8 here at the Coliseum last Sunday.
McKenna does a beautiful routine. She's a great dancer, and even her tumbling is powerful yet graceful. Here goes McKenna with that opening pass. Front 1.5 into a back layout step out. She nails the landing, and that was a big pass for McKenna.
Just an update, Jordan Cesarini is the first vaulter for Pitt instead of Breck Wall.
We see all smiles from McKenna. The Mountaineers have so much fun on floor. Even her teammates watching. McKenna's got one more pass. She only does a 2-pass routine. She gets enough difficulty in those 2 passes that she doesn't need a 3rd. She'll end with front handspring double.
Huge reaction from Pitt after the opening vault from Cesarini.
And that was a great start for McKenna on floor as well. As you can see, none of these teams are letting their guard down, and they're fighting for every 10th.
If we look at Lennon's 4 exercise. Seeing a 9.85 from the far side judge for Cesarini. Every 10th is going to be so important.
Right, every half a tenth at this point.
It's a 9.8 to lead off for Cesarini.
We haven't seen any scores from the floor judges yet for McKenna Lennon's score.
Far side showing a 9.97, which definitely is not right.
Maybe they meant 9.95 or 9.90, not sure. Oh,
9.7 being shown on the far side.
And I think it was a 9.9 on this side, so a 9.8.
A little bit surprising to see that big of a difference between the two judges.
Right, a 9.7 and a 9.9 is a pretty big difference.
Still, Lennon will gladly take that 9.8.
Right.
Above her average of a 9.769.
Yeah, that's why we're glad to have two judges sometimes in gymnastics.
So, of course, with this team score calculation, we're going to know Pitt's first, being on vault. We're going to know kind of what the standard is in the clubhouse.
Right.
The Washington Rutgers have to chase.
And West Virginia will be last to finish because floor is a slower event, so they'll know exactly what they need.
Kendra Combs up for the Mountaineers.
Huge double pike from Kendra and a solid landing.
Combs has been excellent on 4 of late, 9.875 last meet, and 9.85 before that. Season best of a 9.9 in this event this year.
Yeah, this could be a really big routine from Kendra. Such fun dance and great tumbling. Middle pass, front handspring, full front layout, and she showed full control on that landing. She took a step, but she definitely had control of it, so probably no deduction there. Dancing along with teammate Esperanza, going into that last pass. Finishes with a double tuck and another great landing. Wow, this is a great routine for Kendra. I'd say the judges might drop that 9.9 here.
And that would be huge, obviously, for West Virginia. If they can get a 9.9 out of their second competitor, set the tone for the Final Four.
Yeah, that could be a big deal.
Pitt very fired up after completing their latest vaults. Another look at Kendra Combs.
That was her first pass, and you see on all of her passes, while you don't see that 2 feet together solid stick, she has complete control. She kind of dances out of it or just takes a small step. So while it's not what you're used to seeing as a stick, it's hardly a deduction at all, and she gets a 9.875.
On bars, Emily Drouse, Rutgers' first competitor, had a fall 8925. So that's big, and then now a 9.65. So Rutgers is struggling a bit on bars, opening the door for West Virginia and Pitt.
Yeah, bars can be a tough place to finish.
Chloe Colucci up for West Virginia.
Chloe gets right into it with that first pass. Huge double pike. And some fun dance from Chloe. And a great lead pass. She gets ready for that second pass here. Chloe will do a round off 1.5 front layout with a nearly flawless landing. there's a lot of energy in the Coliseum right now from every team. It's so loud in here.
Yeah, Sierra Ward had a 9.875 on vault for Pitt. That's the best score of the day.
Wow. So they're definitely showing up to their last event. And Chloe getting her teammates in the crowd into it. She has her last pass here, double tuck, and a stick. You can count on Chloe to stick a couple passes in every routine she does. That was a great routine for Chloe.
Final vaulter of the day for Pitt, it's Devin Herbine.
She does a really pretty half.
Tell you, the Panthers are going to put a really nice score up here.
Yeah.
On vault, make Rutgers and West Virginia chase them. Over on bars.
We've got a 9.95 for Chloe on floor.
Huge score from Colucci.
Yeah, that's great.
Career best for the senior from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Now we have Abby Kaufman. Opens with a double pike, same as Kendra and Chloe. Abby has such pretty dance. Being a taller gymnast, she can really have those long lines and show off not only her tumbling, but her dance. And that's another solid landing for Abby.
Final team scores in for Pitt. It's a 196.5. That's a half point better than their season best this year.
Wow, that's a big score. Abby's got one more pass here. This is a great routine so far. Very similar tumbling and landing to teammate Chloe, who got a 9.95. So let's see how she can finish this last pass. Ending with a double tuck and another solid landing.
So West Virginia's doing their job on the floor halfway through this rotation. Lennon, Combs, and Clucci with big scores. Now Kaufman in the fourth spot with a great routine.
Yes, another great routine. We've got two more to see from the Mountaineers. Both really powerful gymnasts with Erica and Abby. So this will definitely be exciting.
Rutgers finishing up on bars with Shannon Farrell.
Very pretty bar worker.
Rutgers, as I mentioned earlier, has really struggled. They have a 9.05 and an 8.925, so despite three great rotations, they're not going to win today. Pitt's already put them away. So it's between the Panthers and the Mountaineers, the two rivals for the win today.
And here comes Erica on floor.
9.85 for Kaufman.
Erica has such a high energy routine. She'll wake up the whole Coliseum with this. Wow, that was a huge Rudy to open up with.
Pearson still to come. The lighting issue still has not been fixed, still on that far side. The ribbon boards also were knocked out by that. Looks like they're rebooting now. Never a dull moment at the Coliseum.
No.
Okay, so West Virginia now has a 196.375.
Okay.
So we're looking at if Lynn can get a 9925, that would tie it. Better would win it for West Virginia.
Okay, and Abby Pearson has a amazing floor routine. She's definitely capable of getting a 9925 or higher. No pressure, Abby.
That's right. Pearson's season and career high is a 9875. She'll have to step up to do it. Like you said, she's capable of doing it.
Yes, definitely.
Pitt hoping to return the favor to West Virginia. The Mountaineers won at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse last Friday. Panthers hoping to come into the Coliseum and steal one for the Mountaineers. And again, you've done it with a team score that was a half point better than their previous season best.
Yeah, so whatever they've been doing in the gym, it's been working.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. If you wanted drama, you've got it today. A fantastic meet between West Virginia, Pitt, and Rutgers. And it all comes down to Abby Pearson on 4. A 9925 will tie this meet. Anything better will win it for West Virginia.
And Abby brings out the double layout for the first time this season, and she nails it. Today's the perfect day to do that. After all that waiting, getting cold, getting anxious probably, she looks like she's having fun. Second pass, front layout, front full. Beautiful. Wow, this is what the Mountaineers are looking for. Switch side, straddle full, Shushanova for Abby. Nice leap combination there. Abby's got one more pass. Final pass for Abby Pearson on floor. Final pass of the meet. Double tuck to a great finish for Abby. And the long-awaited routine from Abby Pearson.
We'll see if it's enough. I think it might be enough.
It might be enough, yeah.
So again, the scenario here, Mountaineers are .075 back, so they'll drop one of those 985s. So a 9925 ties this meet. Anything better wins it. Pitt, put up the second best score in program history, a 196.5, their best ever road score. It might not be enough. West Virginia's been that good today.
Yeah, this was the tightest competition I've seen in a while. And it looks like a 9775 for Abby Pearson. So they're not going to tie Pitt.
Take another look at Pearson's routine. So Pitt does enough, a 196.5 to beat West Virginia's score of 196.425. So the Mountaineers with a season best, but the Panthers fantastic on the road here to steal one at the Coliseum.
Yeah. Wow, and Rutgers right behind too. 195.3. Still a great road score for Rutgers.
Yeah, they were ahead through the first and second rotations. The bars on the fourth rotation cost them there. So we had a power outage, and we had some fantastic gymnastics. Your final thoughts from this one?
This was definitely an exciting day in the Coliseum, and I think every team here has a score to be proud of.
So West Virginia finishes up this little homestand here. Next up for the Mountaineers will be a road day at Iowa next Sunday. Another Big Ten matchup after facing Rutgers today. 3 o'clock. We'll be back here for a Friday night meet. Penn, Kentucky, and Maryland at the Coliseum on March the 13th. And then Big 12 Championships the following weekend. Saturday, March the 21st. So what a win today for Pitt. 196.5, the second best score in program history to nip West Virginia. 196.425, Rutgers in third with a 195.3. For Collie Gavin, I'm Michael Minnick. Thank you for staying with us through power outages, through breaks. Appreciate you watching today, and goodbye from the University City.